Good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome to a nice Tuesday evening stream. Tell your friends, your family, tell your pets that aren't easy here is going to be making a tier list. And I have a nice special guest that who kindly took time out of his evening to join me tonight. Of course, talking about my fourth favorite Canadian, Geki. Geki, say hi to the people. You want to know something, folks? I actually muted Discord so that Geki had no idea that I called him my fourth favorite Canadian, and I wanted him to say hi to the people. And since there was like a bit of a silence there, kind of awkward-ish, he didn't say anything, and I realized my mistake. So let me try this again. I'm making a tier list tonight for Fighting EX Layer, another dash, and I have here a very special guest who took time out of his evening to join me. Of course, I am talking about my fifth favorite Canadian, Geki. Geki, say hi to the people for me.
I mean, it can't be that special if I'm your fifth.
So, Geki
I'm doing
has.
good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So, see, Geki has, taken time out of his evening. Basically what I did was, I just hung over a bottle of maple syrup over his head and was like, hey, let's do this. And you're like, all right, I'm down. And this is the result. Just two people talking about uh tier lists because we just do that. That's how we do,
hmm
and because we play fighting games and all that fun stuff, and that's what happens. So the reason for this tier list stream is because you decided to make one. Was it on Sunday the other day?
Did.
And I looked at it and I was like, okay, let's I might have some qualms about this, some disagreements. So here's the tier list for those. This is Geki's tier list right here for those that want to take a gander real fast.
I also want to say about it that immediately after making it and experimenting a bit more,
Yep.
I have changes to make
Yep.
already.
Yep.
So
Yep. See, this is what happens when you just make one out of the only 7 days you played this game.
7 days. But yeah, fair, fair.
So
There's still, unknowns in the universe. Not everyone knows everything. It's still a new game. And even if I did know the game, like tier lists don't matter that much at the end of the day.
definitely like
Like for modern games. For
yeah.
old school games, 100%.
Yeah, that's true because here's the thing. When it comes to older games, tier list seriously changes as well. Because
True.
to give you an example, like Melee, um, people thought that Yoshi was low tier, but over the course of time, Yoshi has been placed a high mid tier. So
True.
things change even after a game being old and all that stuff. So
Yeah, very true.
that's a fun thing. All right, so now this is what you had on Sunday.
hmm
I only agree with a few things on here, and I did see that you have uh, nothing below beer tier,
Beer tier. There's no such thing as beer tier anymore. Not since they banned it in the prohibition days.
beer tier, B tier. You have nothing lower than B tier. So why don't you have anything below B tier?
So because I think everyone has, well, obviously with regular FEXL, everyone has bullshit,
Hmm.
but especially in AD, there is extra BS because of, EX Dash, EX Illusion, like they can just benefit greatly from the universal mechanics. And EX Dash sets up a lot of BS,
Yeah.
especially when you cancel certain moves that are, punishable,
Hmm.
and then they become plus, and then the character can move freely. So like there's a lot of messed up situations that I think a lot of us haven't even touched with some of the characters yet. So I think it's really, really messed up.
Right. Right.
Like for example, I was messing around with D Dark doing EX Prominence and then EX Dash as it's coming out, and you can make people guess pretty hard.
Definitely, definitely.
Mm. Yeah.
So I know some of the folks here are wondering what my thoughts are. I've played, you know, FEXL AD since April 1st, since I decided to leave my house, get a Switch, get a Japanese account, get the game
Yep. Hmm.
because I
That was like
support
a
all.
month head start, right?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but here's the thing, though. This tier list would have been wildly different if we were still on version 2.0.0 because there would be one character in quadruple S, one character in S, and the rest in A tier.
Mm.
That's how it would have been if it were still on version 2.0. But since we are here at 2.1.2, things have changed. It's amazing what balance changes can do to to a tier list, things like that. And I would just like to remind everyone once again that for those that have been with me with making tier lists and all that, please do not take this as take this very seriously because at the end of the day, it all depends on player skill and what and who they want to play. At the end of the day, play who you want to play. Just use this as a somewhat of a reference, but don't take everything I say seriously in terms of a tier list.
Hmm.
So, the last time I did a tier list stream was back in December with you and Razira for basically our end of the year tier list for Vanilla FEXL. But this is a whole
Yeah.
different. This is a whole different game. Different mechanics are in it, and so
Mm-hmm.
this is going to be a fun time. So I'm
Yeah.
going to get this out of the way, and I'm going to just put triple S right here, and just put Allen right there
Uh,
because like since the patches he went from quadruple S to triple S. That's he is still a busted character. I'm sorry, I don't yes, you could possibly he is beatable, yes. However, it is very hard to be. He's like an SNK boss sometimes, depending on who you play. And depending
Man,
on
like, see, like, I agree with you that he's like very up there, like hands down top three. There's no arguing that, 100%.
Mhm.
But the best character, and not only best character, but like several tiers above everyone else, I am not about that. He is effective but simple. Like he doesn't have a way to really like all he has is fireball. Fireball, and then once he gets in, sure it's a little difficult to deal with, but he has nothing to like mix you with outside of using bar.
Who cares?
And once
He
he uses
doesn't he
bar, it doesn't matter.
he doesn't need mix. He doesn't need set play. He doesn't need mix when he can just do everything else that he could just do in this game.
Okay, I should be more specific. So not I wouldn't say mix necessarily, but more so that when you're playing against him in neutral, there isn't like a crazy thing you have to look out for in neutral that you can't deal with by spacing yourself out. Unlike another character in this game who I put as number one.
Yeah, I have no idea why I didn't do this yet, but
Uh-huh.
um, give me one moment here. Yeah, that's the one. There you go. You can view this with me now. So the
Oh
thing is,
no.
so the thing is, yeah, I had this at 1080. Thank you, Nitro. Anyhow, here's the thing is this is that despite the fact that EX Dash got a nerf with the damage scaling, Allen is still capable of damage. You say somebody he doesn't have neutral. This guy can DP in recovery frames during recovery frames. Like who does that?
Actually, Kyrie can also do that too with his
And
light DP. No.
yeah, I mean, not as it's not as bad as Allen's. Like he has his Allen's buttons may look stubby and all that, but there are just some effective buttons. Even there was an adjustment to his jumping heavy kick. That's still a good jumping normal.
Yeah.
And he has two justice fists. His light and medium justice fist does not knock down. Oh, he does knock down, but it's slightly safe. But like it's it's unsafe now, but it's still really good in terms of what that move can actually do. I mean, the
Yeah, it's
heavy
definitely a good confirm for sure.
the heavy version, of course, is you can still make a sandwich during recovery frames and all that, but I'm just saying, Allen is actually this busted in this game. He's not super godlike like he was in vanilla. I mean, in version 2.0, and he was also in that same area as well in uh 2.1. That's why there was some adjustments that had to be made to some of his specials and normals. But I still think that he is actually the best character in this game, the best over just over everybody else. Like he is pretty hard to deal with. That's all I'm saying, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you may think otherwise, but you want to know something? Everyone that has played FEXL AD has a pretty
Mhm.
sizable loss record. That's because most of our losses come from Allen.
I mean, to be specific, it comes from Starrich.
Well, that too.
And Starrich has always been like a ranked horse. Like he's the one that like you run into in ranked and like God pray you hit the right things and you stop him from doing the wrong things, you know what I mean?
It,
He's very oppressive when you run into him online.
it's like disintegration in vanilla.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Exactly. And
you,
that's all I mean, that he could do it with Shadow Geist, he could do it with any character he really wants to. He just happened to pick Alan because he mained Alan in regular Fexel.
who did?
Mhm. And to be honest, like compared to the changes across the cast from like Fexel to AD, Alan probably changed the least, and the things he got changed were buffs to his overall kit. Like having a Justice Fist he could use as a confirm and not be like death on block, like to just have it be, slightly punishable. So the thing is, like with Justice Fist, if you block any of them, you should just assume that he's using the light version so that you can challenge, get your turn back, and punish. Because if you're looking for, the recovery of the heavy, you're going to be too late on the light
Mhm.
version. So it's not really that big of a deal. Just take your turn back against Alan. Don't let him harass.
Yeah, I mean, version 2.0, he could actually just jail you in the corner because you really couldn't do anything with against Justice Fist, like
Yeah, before when it
at
was
all.
plus, 100%. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
super dangerous. But
and the fact
now that he's toned down, he's much more manageable.
he's manageable, but I still think he's just pretty busted. Where is that? All right, so I'm gonna put Shadow Geist in S. So this
A
he
whole tier below. Okay.
yeah, a whole tier below. Well, a whole two tiers below because I just think Allen is just hella busted, anyways. Uh, but the thing was with Shadow Geist is that he did get toned down, and he is actually way more manageable than Allen. Like I would prefer to play against Shadow Geist than Allen. Like he's got a really good dive kick. His zoning game is amazing. It's actually more manageable than it was in version 2.0, where you couldn't block all of Shadow Break. Like that was not
Mhm.
a 100% confirmed blockable projectile.
Mhm.
Um, and but he still has a really good kit. His dive kick is a really good getting in there tool, and especially the fact that it can actually hit like your hurt box in a specific way that you can confirm from it. So
Yeah,
he's
and
still
well, then the fact that he has three different angles he can choose from,
right,
and since there's limited movement, and because in regular Fexel you could run, you had a backdash that covered a lot of ground, and you could obviously jump. However, in AD there is way less movement. Walk speed is a lot faster, but it's nowhere near the speed of running and backdashing.
right,
So set up a good position dive kick with Shadow Guys is quite simple compared to in regular Fexel. So it just makes them super strong.
right. And the thing is that despite the fact that it seems that Shadow Geist can't do way too much damage, just like Vanilla Effects will, his just his overall game plan is basically okay. I'm mid screen. I'm gonna get in your face. I'm full screen. I'm probably gonna get in your face, by the way. Uh, and or I'm just gonna keep you away. You got to guess which shadow break he's gonna do because from what I've seen, it looks like it has the same startup no matter which version it is. So
Yeah, they're all the same.
you gotta you gotta know, okay, is he gonna do the heavy, medium, and of course the range of it, especially the heavy, is very far. It's also kind of tall. It's also kind of fat, and so you just got to be very wary of where it's actually going to be and how to plan accordingly around them.
Well, and also those each of those shadow breaks, they're invulnerable to air normals.
Yep,
So you can't even jump in when he does the close version and you'll get hit
exactly.
because it's fully invincible upper body. So
Of course. That's he's a semi busted character, but I'd rather fight against Shadowgeist than Alan. That's just me.
So the only reason I would ever put Shadowgeist above Alan is that Shadowgeist makes you afraid to be anywhere on the screen at any time. And
Mm,
when he has bar, he will make you block. And when he gets a hit, he actually gets more damage than he got in AD because of EX dash.
mm,
With Alan, at least there's only 3 special moves. He doesn't have a dive kick. He's not going to threaten you from full screen or like, basically full screen. And once he does something unsafe, you get your turn back. With Shadowgeist, he can he can keep you guessing and make you think about, like 3 different things at once. And it's not going to be in your favor most of the time.
mm.
He's very anti-zoning as well. Like with the Shadow Break, he can, like you said, he can choose 3 different spots across the screen. And if you have a projectile, it really doesn't matter because he can neutralize it and still make you block the Shadow Break. Because it doesn't neutralize and trade. It goes through, which is huge.
Right, definitely. But I don't think he is the best character as of right now, as of this version. Uh, you know, because you know he's more manageable than Alan. When you go up against Alan, it's like you just got to pray. You got to pray to all the gods. All just do some sacrifice offerings. And maybe put some money on in a collection plate, and you might come out okay. With Shadow Guys, though, it's like, all right, he's gonna try a dive kick. He's gonna do do this and that. He's got good combo potential, especially the fact that, uh, you know, hey Zerky, thanks for the sub, by the way. And I almost lost my train of thought, by the way. The and with Aegis being Aegis, I'm sorry, beta that not beta government. Uh, yeah, beta government being plus on block. It just makes you kind of want to rethink some life decisions. However, despite all that, he's still more manageable than Allen, and that's why I put him at that spot. That's what I'm saying.
Uh,
That
completely disagree, but I
I
understand.
I know you disagree. I know this already. I mean, that's why I kind of disagreed with your list. See, this is
Sure.
this is this is why I like these discussions, because
Yeah.
we all have our own side of the story, and it's always good to have discussions like this, and just to see how other people feel about it. But I think you might agree with me on this next one, though.
Ooh,
Because
okay.
I think you might agree with me on this one, because I'm going to put Arian right here, top A, high tier, just below Shadowgeist.
Hmm.
I think she's a top 3 character in this game. I really think she is. So, despite the fact that she does not have the same speed that she has in Vanilla FEXL, her set play, her mix up game is too strong. It's really strong. Uh, you know, with an amazing anti-air that Zerky can only do 10% of his lifetime, uh, and just having the download setups, the 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 damage that she can do off her super, her jumping normals are pretty good, especially the jumping command normal is pretty nice. She could do damage, set play, mix up. The only problem that she has is if for the 10 seconds that she, for the 5 to 10 seconds that she does not have her arm, her cancer arm, she's kind of like a sitting duck, basically. That's the basically the only flaw that she has is if she doesn't have her arm, she's just
Her homing rush is also safe, so you could
it,
throw it out as a. You don't even have to confirm. You can just do it,
yeah.
and then the part you confirm is the spark afterwards, which causes a hard knockdown. So you don't
Hmm.
even have to. It won't even come out unless it hits. So it's a safe, automatic option select you can do,
Hmm.
and it can't punish it either. So you can take your turn back, but unless you're canceling into something or going into EX dash from a normal, you're kind of stuck.
Yeah, you are.
And
You are.
and you can try to go for a throw, but it's not punishable by throws, so you're taking a risk that, they could jump, and throws have just as much recovery as in regular FEXL, so it's a big call out. But I don't know, it really depends. I don't know. I think Area doesn't have the best combos, like the best ways to open people up outside of download. Like when if you just have to use her strings, she's very limited. Even though it's effective, but it's kind of like, I don't know, if you can keep her in like the mid range and not up close, she's pretty okay to deal with. And plus, when she uses a download, if she uses it poorly, or you get her to have it whiff or whatever, or use the illusion, she's like exposed because she can't anti-air anymore. She has to use 5-star raid or area air, and her area options are really weak.
But you can also, use download like Aegis Reflector and just go to town on somebody. Like her, I mean, her air is it's not the greatest, but it is pretty decent. Like I get, some people can get smacked by jumping light kick. Is that the one where she does
Oh yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
a straight jump kick? Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
she's also like, her corner game is really is pretty good, and she does have some pretty good links into Great Cancer as well. So, but as I
yeah,
said, her flaws is that you really have to play this character really smart. Set up the download smartly, uh, and and just be able to know what you're actually doing with area. She's still a manageable character to fight against, but if you're playing as someone that really has the know-how, that really knows the mix-up set play game with area, she's quite a threat. And as I said, I think she's a top three character. This
mhm,
is one of her. This is she's better in AD than she is in Vanilla Fexel.
that's for sure.
This is reminiscent to how she was in EX2. She was pretty good in
Yeah,
EX2. Not really like she's pretty good in EX2. Just but there are other characters that outclass her in EX2. But this version of Area is the strongest version uh, of all.
yeah.
Compared to the EX series
Well, I think
because
I think the overall benefit or the overall system mechanics really benefit her because she was all about controlling space, and at least in regular Fexel, you had a plethora of movement options and even other Gogi like teleport Gogi, EX arrow stuff like that. But it's hard to dodge her stuff.
mm,
And with the like you mentioned earlier, with the shorter recovery time on using cancer and having it come back to you is humongous.
yeah, and the fact that you could just cancel her overhead. Well, it's a universal mechanic that you can cancel overhead. Uh,
Yeah, and hers is very far,
it's
super far
far.
range.
It's far,
Yeah.
kind of deceptive as well. I mean, despite the fact that it looks like it's a slow startup, you can still get. I get hit by it. You get hit by it. Everybody gets hit by it.
Hmm.
You can cancel it to EX dash, cancel it into super. The thing is her alternative. Unfortunately, her alternative catch can be tech, but
Yeah.
that's just an oversight. Basically. You
Actually, a
know.
big thing about Area that we're not even mentioning yet is that she doesn't even use EX Dash for combos. She uses EX Dash for mix-ups.
Mm,
So you're never having to deal with the scaling of EX Dash that like, characters like Alan and other juggle characters that kind of, got hurt a bit by
mm,
it.
mm,
So she can just spin like raw super, which is the most damage you can get in the game from combos.
mm.
So she's never losing anything, and she's gaining all the benefits of EX Dash anyway.
Yeah, and the fact that meter build is pretty fast in AD,
Yeah.
It's, as I said, it's just basically an oversight. She gains meter from getting her alternative catch tech.
Yeah.
And
And she has a slide.
yeah, she has a slide at low profiles
Yeah.
because reasons.
Is it low profile all projectiles? Or just like certain attacks?
Oh, it's been a
I've
while
only
since I've
seen
seen it.
I've only seen it go under like, like Terry's stand medium kick, like normals like that,
Mhm.
but never under a projectile. I don't know if that's true.
Right. I'll have to double check on that. But
Mm.
as I said, top three character. All right. So I think the fourth, same tier. We're still in. Yeah, we're still in in A tier.
There's also no B tier, by the way. Just want to verify,
Oh,
confirm.
I haven't changed the things yet.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I haven't changed the things yet. I'll get there. We'll get there.
okay. Just making sure. I'm like, you're just jumping straight to C.
Yeah, forget B. B is for beer. But
Yeah.
in my opinion, I think the fourth will be Sanane. Hear me out.
Ooh.
Hear me out. Okay, the very first time I made a FEXL tier list, I put Sanane very low, and I got shit on for it.
Huh?
But I have my reasons to put Sanane in fourth. No B tier. Did you know that Sanane has a really damn good zoning tool in AD?
If
Especially this system works in her favor
Mhm.
because you can't run, you can't dash, you can't teleport Gogi. You
Nope.
just can't. You EX arrow, she's gonna smack you out the air.
Yep.
Her and her buttons are just good.
Yeah.
She has good buttons. Like she's like a better version of Billy Kane.
I don't think Billy Kane was ever good, to be honest. Is
I
that
don't know.
true?
I haven't really played a lot of KOF enough to know that. But the thing is that her buttons are just good. And her slide is good. She could keep you away because the lack of dashes and running.
Yep.
She good. I think she's the fourth best character.
And actually, her slide does go under projectiles, FYI.
It does.
So
And
if
then
you're standing in sweep range and you throw a fireball, she can just see it and then sweep you, and then
mm,
you're stuck.
and then she still has her set play from throwing her staff. She's good, bro.
Well, I don't know if you know this either, but if you watch Sneasler play next time, but Sanane cannot. So universally, all characters can cancel into super from their lights,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And a good character is if they can cancel into something confirmable or that leads to more momentum from their lights.
Mm-hmm.
So Sanane can cancel into her light Rekka from crouching light kick.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid.
It is dumb.
It's stupid
It
because it
is.
leads to her super, her main
Mm-hmm.
super that,
Mm-hmm.
causes a combo, launches, and then knocks down.
Mm-hmm.
And it carries you basically to the corner if you're mid screen. And
Mm-hmm.
then if she has another bar, she can EX dash, she can throw her staff out, force another block, and you have to deal with her overhead, which now is super cancelable, and or deal with the pokes. And she can control the airspace with the upward stick. And the range you need to be at to avoid the stick mine game is where her crouch medium kick is or her crouch leg kick range is, and she can just threaten you that way too. And she can ender her Rekka to be safe, so you can't punish it anyway
Mm-hmm.
because
She
she
can,
still has the six mix-ups between the Rekkas. She can go Rekka, up stick, or even do the hop.
yeah, because they in AD she can actually cancel into upstick now from Rekka.
Yeah.
So you block and you try to just jump out the way. Nah, no, that's okay.
Yeah.
you're not gonna jump away because this is why.
Well, and the biggest problem too is that like in regular FEXL, you got to be able to use the run momentum, like the dash momentum, to set yourself up. So if they did throw out the staff when you jumped, you would jump in the middle where like there's no hitbox for the staff, and then you can punish and get, something going. However, it's even more difficult because of the lack of dashes, and it counts as a anti-zoning tool too because it doesn't count as a fireball. So
Mm-hmm.
it nullifies anything you throw, even supers, and
Mm-hmm.
it'll still hit you.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you threw Fire Force at it, it's still gonna hit you and
Yeah.
eat all the hits of Fire Force.
Mm-hmm.
So
And her jumping knee is pretty good too. It's a
yeah,
good
and it
jump. It's a
makes it
good jump
so
normal.
small.
Yeah, it's a good jumping command normal, and it's kind of dumb. And I just like I don't know how to deal with it sometimes, and because it's so small, it's
Yeah,
trying to deal with that. Like, okay, what do you do?
it's
It's
it.
just
Yeah,
she's just a good character.
there's no universal timing to hit it out of the air
Hmm.
for
Exactly.
most characters. A character like Arya with a massive arm, she can do it, but like certain other characters, actually Shadow Guys can do it pretty well because he has a very tall, crouching heavy punch compared to everyone else.
Right. And she just has good buttons.
Yeah.
Good anti-zoning tools, and
They're all cancelable too.
yeah.
Stand medium kick, crouch light kick, like they all combo and you can buffer it out safely without fear. And the worst case for her is that she gets free chip.
Hmm.
And she can stagger it. So if you think she's done, she can press it later and then catch you pressing and then gets a knockdown. Easy.
Indeed, and easy. You want to know something, Geki? I'm putting Rosso next to Sanane, by the way.
Wow, really?
Hmm.
Okay.
Because of how dirty this character is. He has some flaws, which I'll get to, but his mix-up game from his short hop and his command dash and his fireball setups, it's pretty godlike. Like you can seriously like if you block wrong, you're not gonna have a good day, man. You're really not gonna have a good day because if you his one of the best things that he can do is fireball setup. It's a command dash to the side switch of the command dash, and then you can get hit. And then and the fireball's still going because of how long that is, and you can just combo into that from that. It's like a combo video that Desk does.
Mhm.
The only thing is with Rosso is going to be a short and sweet conversation. By the way, uh, the only thing with Rosso is that you really got to kind of work hard for the dirty stuff. But when the dirty stuff happens, you're gonna be happy that you played as Rosso. Like at first, at first we thought that Rosso was not as good until there was more time. That was more things that were discovered from D Nice and Ebby. Uh, he's a pretty dirty, degenerate character. He
Yeah,
really is.
he hasn't really I feel like his core game plan hasn't changed much from, regular Fexel.
Hmm.
I just think he has to do it in a slightly different way because his fireball is not a slow fireball like Laura anymore from Street Fighter 5.
Hmm.
It's more like a projectile, but he also has the slow variation too.
Hmm.
And but he does benefit a lot, like his mix-ups benefit a lot from EX Dash. However, they kind of get hurt a little bit because of the universal EX illusion.
Hmm.
So instead of having to rely on a deck that has guard cancel or something like that, you just have a universal option. So that does kind of hurt him a little bit. So I'm surprised you're putting him that high because of that fact. But to each their own.
As I said, that's why no one should take tier list seriously. It's just an
Mhm.
opinion based matter. But I know someone appreciates that Sanani is that high on the list, which is the good the good friend Sneeze Lord, of course.
Mm.
You know
He would know.
he would know.
He would definitely know.
Definitely know. I hope Sneeze Lord's doing well. Oh, he's in the chat. Oh, hi. Um, so the thing is, this is the interesting part of the tier list where a lot of things just get a little more difficult. Uh, Especially since how the mechanics of combining EXL and AD is now that basically made either some characters better or some characters worse than their original version. The thing is that despite that, some characters did get better, and I think the sixth best character, the next on the A tier. So we're still on your A tier, folks. Don't worry. It's got to be. Oh, just wait for it. Got to
Saying,
be Pullum.
oh,
In my opinion, I'm putting Pullum right there, right underneath Rosso, and it's because she has, despite the fact that there's no running, gogi dashes, whatever, she still has good mobility with three different drills. Her double jump. It's kind of hard to deal with that a little bit, and especially the fact that her light air drill can actually just go horizontal, which is basically
yeah,
Marvel. She plays like a
yeah,
Marvel character, basically. Her
true, true.
mobility is good. She's got slightly more damage now. It's not as high, but she still has slightly more damage. Even with like a basic EX dash chain, despite the fact with the EX dash nerf, she still bags some pretty decent damage, to be honest with you. And I think the only yes, and Boeing, man, Boeing, Boeing's pretty good.
Yeah, in a game where you can't, it's harder to dodge things that have a determined, timing or arc or whatever. And the fact that she still retains her double jump
Mhm.
in a game with very little movement overall, is pretty nuts. And the fact that her drill goes horizontally instead of diagonally. So if you're trying to meet her in the air to beat it out, like that's not going to happen.
Right.
And the fact that her light kick drill press, the cannon drill, leaves the opponent standing. So she has literally an option to carry you from corner to corner by canceling an EX dash. And because her crouch heavy punch is special cancelable, she can do the double medium into crouch heavy punch and light drill and rinse and repeat till you're in the corner.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a pretty good. She has a really good infinite. So, but she still has some flaws. So I'm just putting there next to Rosso. These six characters right here, in my opinion, the six best character. These are the top six. We're almost done with the top eight category, which is pretty important in tournaments. So you had where did you put Pillow? You put Pillow right there. Okay, it's a good one. I think though, in my opinion, that Sharon goes next to the poem right here in the A tier slot. She's still really good.
Really?
She's still really good. She's not top three like she is in regular FEXL. But despite the fact that she still has her speed, she still has good juggles with her bullets. Half moon kick is still good. A lot of her buttons are pretty good. Her slide's pretty good still. Just
Yeah.
when she runs out of bullets, she goes here. But this is if she still has all six in a chamber. So I think that's where she goes. Just because she's kind of honest in my opinion. Just not way too honest. Kind of
You mean
honest.
okay, the biggest thing I think that makes her still strong is that the universal mechanics or the universal system, that there's less dashing and all that sort of stuff. So her bullets are harder to dodge.
Mm-hmm.
So they're a lot easier to force a block or force a hit, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the reason why Sharon was so good was because she could throw a bullet from somewhere and then run in to B plus afterwards and take
Mm-hmm.
advantage of, the plus frames. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword in that she doesn't really benefit in the ways that she would want to benefit. So, for example, you could set up for one bar, shoot a bullet from somewhere. And the nice thing about AD that's different than regular FEXL is that you can do EX dash when the fireball is hit or blocked. So even if you're all the way back full screen, you can still cancel it and react to when it gets hit or blocked. So that's the way she can do it. So it's a little more expensive for her to generally get her pressure game going, but she's super solid. Great anti-air, command grab, like half moon kick that covers a good chunk of the screen. She basically has crack shoot, except it
Yeah,
knocks down.
yeah.
And
It's a better version of crack shoot.
yeah, and her Dark Hellfire, which does like basically no scaling because it's a single hit.
Mm-hmm.
And her Rekka that also, or her back fist, Gale Hammer Fist that has a mix up on top of that, and she can go into her Half Moon Kick that has a built-in hit grab that you can't block. So it's like a virtual fighter move. Like you can input it automatically, and then whether it's grab hit, you'll still get it every time. It's pretty crazy.
It is. It is. Look, man,
Or
she's one of the most honest characters in the game. Okay, she's still good, just not as good as she is in regular FEXL.
honest,
Shut up. And but man, like there's she she has a safe shoot kick. Yay. Uh lightning sword
that
does not
launches.
sh-
That launches. It
lightning sword does not knock down.
Yeah, because now you can combo from it. Oh, you downplaying hard.
But she
You're
has hard
claiming these things are nerfs when they're actually buffs.
I never said that.
Okay,
I
okay.
look. All she needs is an air grab, and that she can just. I probably said so. I
Whoa, she
probably
doesn't have
said
an air grab?
no. She doesn't. She just needs an air grab.
You're sure?
I am positive she doesn't have an air grab, my guy.
Okay, if I test right now and she has an air grab, what do I get?
Uh,
You're that
Kobe,
sure?
Kobe will put a gift sub to your channel.
Yeah, you're right. She doesn't have an air grab. Okay, you're
I
good.
told you, man. I've been playing this character for how long now? I think I would know.
Yeah, she's very, very good.
She's really good. She is. It's just she has a hard time getting in against some different characters, but she's still pretty good.
Oh,
Her DP is pretty nice still.
oh, you
Um,
mean the fact that she can low profile with sliding arrow and get a hard knockdown and be right next to you
mhm.
and have a shoe kick that's safe on block that leads to a juggle situation
Look,
and a lightning sword that has upper
sh-
body invincibility.
look, man. If she got her back throw from version 1.0 FEXL, let me tell you, this character would be much higher. Anyhow,
Oh my god.
yes, I'm just saying. I think she's very comfortable in this position. Okay, as I said, folks, this is as of right now, as of me playing this game since April with different version changes, by the way, and everything. Do not take this entire tier list seriously. Just use it as a research material, just to give you an idea. Just to give you an idea. Anyhow, I'm not downplaying my own character. It's just this is where I feel she belongs. I'm just saying.
Okay. Okay.
Just saying.
I'm not going to throw the boat at you. Don't worry.
I gave you maple syrup. Don't throw things at me. Oh my goodness. I love these tier list discussions. They're amazing. So, you know, in times like these, she's whenever this is what it's always hard to make a tier list. It really is.
Yeah.
Because the next couple of characters might be in some pretty heated arguments. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, you're a nice guy most of the time, I think.
Mhm.
But I
Careful.
mean, Canadians are supposed to be nice, right? You know, that's why I had you on the stream instead of I don't know, like Jashido.
Fair. I don't blame you.
But in terms of the next character that will be next to Blair, I believe Kyrie deserves a spot right here. This man has some good
Oh.
things. He has some good tools. Slow fireball that can be used as to on opponents' wake up as long as they don't have an invincible reversal.
Hmm.
His heavy fireball is a friggin' rocket. His Tatsu has changed.
Yeah, it actually hits crouchers now on
Yeah,
the medium version.
yeah.
But
His
however, you can only do one hit and then do medium tatsu. You can't do like crouch medium punch, crouch medium kick, medium tatsu, because then it'll whiff.
mhm.
I've tried it. I've tried it many times.
Many times,
Hmm.
many times,
Yeah. And
and
unfortunately, the only thing he can hit from a light that's not a super is his DP.
mm,
But his DP was massively buffed in that it does multiple hits like Alan's DP did,
mhm.
which is huge.
Yeah,
Because that means he can cancel at any point and not lose any juggle potential.
man, and he's got some pretty swaggy combos too. I mean,
Yeah.
the combos are still possible despite the EX dash changes, but you can still do them. He's got some nice things. You can cancel into air Tatsu from a jumping normal, and he has some neat tools. But of course, he's a bit slow. Uh, he's not a
Slow.
fast.
What do you mean
He
slow?
slow. He's not. He doesn't move fast. He doesn't move fast. Is what I'm saying. His walk speed is, in my opinion, not entirely the greatest.
Have you seen him walk forward?
I've
He
seen him.
walks
I've
faster than Alan and Blair do.
I've seen him walk forward, but I mean, I'm also half blind, so he looks slow to me.
So the where he's slow is his back walk speed is slower than the average walk speed.
Mm.
But his
Despite the
forward walk, they probably put it all in his forward walk speed because when he moves forward, he is like holding forward.
that
He is strutting.
that Vince McMahon strut,
Yeah, exactly.
man. Some of his movement options, he's got. The thing is that the changes that Kyrie got from regular FEXL to AD really made him a better character than he was.
That is true.
I'm just saying, man. This is too tough. We have 9 characters left. We're halfway there basically.
I am fuming a bit because I'm surprised you still haven't put Terry anywhere.
I will tell you why when I put him there,
Okay.
because I'm going to put him there right now. Not there,
Okay.
not there, not there. Right there. He's not he okay. His A lot of his stuff got damage nerfs. Yes, you could juggle from Power Geyser into like Burning Knuckle, canceling the super, whatever, and all that stuff. Rising Tackle's still pretty good. He's kind of a slow guy. He doesn't hit as hard as he used to. Which is really funny because I thought he was never going to get nerfs or anything like that, because Bihara said that SNK gave the money, so you can't nerf him. But apparently he did. Like these past patches, his damage has been scaled. It's been lowered. He's not as good as you think he is up there. Hold on, where did you put him? You put him in top 3.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
Is it?
It is. I don't think he's top 3. He is not top 3 in this game.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
I'll let you
just
go. You
saying.
can keep
He
thinking that.
is
It's
not
fine.
top 3. Okay, he is just not.
I'm sorry. If you've seen the things that I've seen, you'd change your mind.
Just saying.
So for example, he cannot actually juggle Burning Knuckle from his Power Geyser
Yes,
unless you're in the
yeah,
corner.
in the corner you can.
In the corner. The reason why he's honestly the same, about the same level of amazing. The difference is that he just has to combo in a different way. So he has to use EX dashes a lot more
Yes,
because
but that means that his damage will be scaled even more because of the EX dash damage scaling now.
right. But the thing is, it's very, very rare that he ever actually uses 2 EX dashes. And the thing is, he doesn't give up damage for doing that because if you do crouch medium punch or whatever confirm into Burn Knuckle, you can EX dash that instead of going into Geyser and actually get more damage because you can charge during the EX dash run and do Rising Tackle off of Crush Medium Punch, Crush Heavy Punch, Rising Tackle, and that actually does more damage than if you do anything into Super.
I'm
Or
just
you can choose to go into Power Charge and you get a hard knockdown and basically corner carry.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't think he's as good as you think he is.
Okay.
We're done with A tier, by the way.
What was his damage nerf, by the way? Like how much did he drop
The patch notes
in
didn't
damage?
the patch notes didn't fully say, but I think he lost 10 points of damage, if I
Oh
remember correctly.
no. Not 10 points of damage. Yeah, I'm not
Oh,
gonna lie. I'm offended.
I know
But
you are.
I will accept this scenario.
I know you're offended. I know you're offended. I'm telling you, I know you are. That's why I told you. Like I said in the Discord, he is not that good. You
Yeah.
can dream and think and all you want with your tea and your, your trumpets and all that. He is not that good. Unless
Okay.
someone really proves me wrong and I actually see like a lot of high level Terry stuff, I'm putting him right there. Bottom A
Okay.
tier.
Okay.
The last of the A tiers. Because we're on B tier now. And to be honest,
He
I have nowhere else where to put him. I'm putting Jack right here. Okay. He can still hit like a truck, just
oh,
not as he can't really juggle like he used to, so
in B?
mm.
You put him in B?
High put him in high
Oh,
B. It's kind of he's saying. Just so I'm gonna leave it there and all that.
mercy.
I know.
Well, hold on. I want to clarify though. He can juggle exactly the same as he did in regular FEXL.
Not entirely. I mean, he has a corner infinite that does 115 damage, but that's
Well, I didn't know that. That's something else.
yeah, he has a corner infinite that does 115 damage. It's all about the timing though. So it's trying to remember the combo. It's a jumping heavy kick, crouching heavy punch into dash straight into uppercut super, and then time the jumping heavy kick to juggle. So where you could do another one, another crouching heavy punch into dash straight into uppercut super. And that. No EX dash
Yeah.
needed, by the way. So
Yeah,
shout
that's
out.
the thing. Like Jack doesn't need to like he can for safety, but the big reason why I think he's much better than you have him is that his dash straight is plus on block if you crouch block it.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way you can punish it is if you stand block. And the reason why you don't stand block often in AD is because there's no chains to block. If you get hit by a low forward poke or a crouch leg kick poke and they confirm something into it, you're dead. Or you're
Mm-hmm.
close to dead, depending on the character. So, especially against Jack, because all of his supers go into all of his buttons.
Mm-hmm.
His crouch meme kick is far just like everyone else's. However, he doesn't have to charge. He can still use the bat. He can still use the big boot
Mm-hmm.
and send you halfway across the screen.
Right.
And he has a command grab that leads into a safe jump, which is insane.
Yeah, forward throw also leads to the safe jump as well.
Yeah. So I'm amazed that you put him that low.
I actually, to be honest with you, I have no idea where to put him. I'm either putting him here or here. But actually, I'm gonna put him right here. He's still an A tier. The only time we're in a Fexel game where he moves the tier spot because regular Fexel he's been in the same spot since day one, which is hilarious. But this could change, with another patch coming. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think also more people need to play Jack. I don't think I've seen a single Jack player except the one time you used him.
Yeah, that was. I'm not really a great example of a Jack player, so.
Yeah,
Yeah. Shoutouts to
that's fair.
Klein, by the way, for letting me know that Jack has a corner infinite.
Uh,
Follow Klein on Twitter. He will show you how to swag on people in 80.
uh,
In my honest opinion, because he was not that great in Vanilla Fexel, but some of the changes that this character got kind of benefits him, and I've seen certain players play him really well. Um, and I had no idea that this character was capable of some pretty good damage. But despite the fact that he still has some flaws, this character is in my opinion, I mean, this character I think is good. Just everybody else can outclass this character, and the thing is that Garuda will go here. He's, I think he's a pretty, I think he's a pretty honest character. You know, he has some good tools with air keys on being able to move for more damage. Uh, you know,
True.
guard break combos do he could do really good damage with guard break combos, especially the fact that it's a deceptive range. You know,
Yeah.
hitting
Yeah.
with you hitting people from like 14 kilometers away. You
Thank
know,
you. Thank you for the conversion.
no problem, anytime. Um, and he's got. I mean, despite the fact that he can't charge his Sokodan doesn't charge anymore, doesn't matter. I don't think I've ever seen you use that in AD. By the way.
I do. It's just yeah, it's just the Kinebu, the spinning Beyblade.
Mm-hmm.
That's his best knockdown.
Mm-hmm.
And I do Sokodon mid screen if they can't be hit by the Kinebu, which is huge chunk of the cast. There's only like a handful of characters that can be hit by the Beyblade super off
Mm-hmm.
of a grounded hit.
Right.
Um, but the thing is, like, the reason why I think he should be higher, like above Kyrie, above Blair, is because he can combo all of his lights into all of his specials except for Shuga. And the reason why it's good that you can't combo Shuga is because it's a frame trap that's plus on block. So you have to take the next thing that he throws out. And the pushback is not even that far. So, and it's free chip.
Mm-hmm.
So literally all he got in AD was he got even better because of the buffs that he got to, like you said, his Kinebu. He can steer it in the air, which is great because now characters won't fall out if I wake up DP and do Kinebu and then they just fall out in a certain way because of the way it hits. I can steer myself out. I can get out of the corner for free. Like it's too good.
Mm-hmm.
It's too good. Shouldn't be nerfed, Mihara-san, please, if you're listening, keep him exactly the same. He also gets additional mix-ups from EX Dash, so he can cancel the Shuga into that for a huge amount of plus frames. Huge. And he just has great normals. He still can, and now his Goga, his drill, head dive, it neutralizes projectiles. So if you already weren't using it to get in, now you can really use it to get it.
All in all, I actually think that Garuda is one of the most honest characters in AD. That's why I have him where he's at right now. You know, he's a good character. I mean, he's not a bad character whatsoever. He's pretty good. It's just everyone else above him can do better stuff. That's my opinion.
That's fair. Well, what's interesting is this is probably one of the biggest changes from regular FEXL to AD, that Garuda is much stronger.
Yeah.
And he actually benefits a lot from the system changes.
Hmm.
So
You can
like
actually.
he sort of gets hurt because of universal EX illusion,
Mhm.
but since bar is so precious, it's not that big of a deal. Like if he does EX dash after doing Shuga and then they try to illusion that, like he has enough time to recover and punish the attempt anyway. So not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
No.
Skullomania goes there.
Oh,
Okay, so last year we had the last tier list we did. We had Skullo much higher, uh, but in this version, he's lost some of his swagger,
his
uh,
sauce, if you
his
will,
sauce.
his syrup,
His barrier is not as active as it
his
was.
mayo.
His mayo, yeah. He can't Skullo dive off of DP anymore,
Huge.
and he doesn't have kick specials. They replaced Skullo Slide to 236P medium punch.
Hmm.
His heavy Skullo Crusher, the Blanca ball looking thing, can be confusing to people. However, it's also very slow, and you can anti-air the crap out of it.
And it's
His
not an overhead, is it?
right, I believe you can crouch block it. I haven't fully tested it, but I believe you
I
can.
will confirm. I will
Oh,
confirm.
okay. His Skull Crusher, the 236 Light Punch, is pretty safe. It's kind of hard to punish it. Uh, he can cancel from Dangerous Heal, which is it's the universal mechanic, of course. He just doesn't have the same amount of sauce as he had in Vanilla FEXL. Um,
You can crouch block it, by the way.
oh,
Yeah,
the heavy Skull Crusher. Okay, cool. Thanks for that.
but he can set it up to cross up.
Yep,
So
he can.
that's a thing.
Um, he still has pretty good damage off of Scarlet Ball setup. But other than that, it's just like everyone else at the cast could still outclass him. He's just, as I said, he lost some of the swagger that he had in Vanilla Fexel, and this is where he is.
Well, and he's also one of the characters that can actually combo from his lights to pretty much all of his specials, which is
Hmm.
pretty damn big.
Hmm.
And Skull Slider is a hard knockdown, and it carries to the corner like crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said though, he doesn't really like the nerfs to his kit. Like his kit is less diverse, but I don't know. I feel like the system doesn't really benefit him too much, especially because of the nerf and change to Skullhead, and you can't dive anymore, so there's no mix-up anymore. You just punch it normally.
Hmm.
Barrier's still obnoxious as hell, and
But it's
it's
not
really
as,
good actually for covering against EX Illusion because it hits everywhere. So
I mean, it's still not as active as it was in Vanilla Fexel because like that thing lasted for like an eternity.
yeah.
Um, but at least like it's more manageable now than it
Hmm.
was.
Well, like you said, even Skullaball and the fact that EX Dash exists, if you set up a Skullaball, EX Dash cancel it, and then you can go to town.
Mhm.
It's a little like area in a sense, and that but the thing is, he has to spend 2 bars to get that going. So,
Yeah. Guess what? Hayate is not the worst character in the game.
but
Woo! He can do things. He's like a character now, which is amazing. Yes,
he
there
was
D.
always a character. Come on.
Oh whatever, dude. Uh, his his air DP is pretty nice. Could be used as a pretty good anti-air,
Mhm.
air to air. Bleh. You can
Hair to
cancel
hair.
hair to hair.
Yep.
You can cancel into it from a jumping normal.
Yep.
Yay. His super, the sword super that goes forward is a hard knockdown, which is good. Uh,
Yeah.
however he lost his parry, unfortunately.
Wait, did you
Uh,
mention he can DP in the air?
yeah, he can DP in the air.
Yeah.
I mentioned that already. Like that was one of the first things I said. Um, and he's he's like even he's better than he was, which is good. Thank God. Thank you, Mihara-san, for making him a little better. Because I've always liked his design. I just can't really play the character pretty well, but I've always liked his design. His Borowski is pretty good. His Kamataichi, the K word,
My Dutch. My Dutch.
Kabaidach, good zoning, good anti-zoning tool. And also can space out and keep away. Got some pretty good stuff. His
Well,
his
his
command,
overhead. You forgot about his overhead.
his overhead is wait the which one the
His
four
the
HP or
back heavy punch
the four
where he
HP?
does the flip and then he slashes down.
Yeah, it's still
So
kind of
they doubled the speed.
really.
It's so much yeah, you try it next time. It is now it's unreactable unless you're looking for it.
Hmm.
And it's super cancelable and his super causes a hard knockdown, so you got to guess. You got to deal with whatever he has to go with. And he still has his air throw.
Yeah, he lost his
So
parry, but
he's good.
he's
He's
pretty good.
good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. And yeah, the range of his heavy Kamaidach doesn't go basically full screen anymore, but he can still neutralize all the projectiles. He can neutralize Sharon's bullets. I don't know how Sanane and Hayate's slash and staff interact though.
I don't know either. We haven't seen that kind of matchup.
To the lab.
To the lab. uh, Sorry.
Dork
Dork. Dork goes there. Only good things he has is his dark wire is very far. Um, you can actually do some pretty interesting things with it. He can pull it back, and I saw that nice little swag tweet you put out for D Dark, by the way.
Yeah.
That was pretty nice. But other than that, D Dark is he lost Darkspark, and he
And
lost
Dark Defender
and
too.
Dark Defender as well.
Yeah.
But his guard break is still pretty good. It has a deceptive range. He's got some pretty good normals. His heavy explosion is very interesting. However, it can be low profiled because it goes in the air now for some odd reason. It could be used as an anti-air tool. Um, yeah, that's about it. But other than that, so these three will go down here. There you go.
So just tested. So
Actually,
Sanane's
maybe
staff blows through Hayate's sword.
so. These three down here are not ordered. Um,
Wow, you just pulling what?
that's like the only thing I agreed with you on. By the way, was just those three.
So I have to tell you now because I was wrong. I think Hokuto and Shirase. So if I put Hokuto higher, Shirase goes with her. They're freaking the same person,
Yeah.
right? And Shirase is just a better Hokuto generally.
Mhm.
So I would put them uh above Pullum. I would put
Really,
both of them where Pullum is. Yeah.
really,
Her Rekka is so cheap. I thought they changed it so that it was actually punishable or whatever. No, it's still plus on block.
it is plus on block, and she has mix up potential because they can cancel it to different things.
So she
Octo,
can go into counter that causes a knockdown
mm,
and does a huge it does more damage than it did in regular Fexel. She can go into command grab, which is excellent because you're already waiting for the animation of the second Rekka. Her Kirineki is nerfed because you can't charge it, but
right?
it still converts just as well. It does a good chunk of damage, and her juggles, honestly, they did not really get nerfed that much. Like, yes, she can't dash anymore, so the corner carries a bit less, but her damage output, like just doing the regular, low forward, Rekka into jump heavy kick, does above 60 damage, which is plenty you need for one bar.
Mm.
And if you need 2 bars, she can go up to 82 damage by doing one jump heavy kick late and then landing and do Kirineki.
So what you're saying is that Robin was wrong.
Yeah, I was wrong. I thought she was weak too, but she is not at all. You cannot discourage her from throwing out her Rekka.
I
And
see.
if you block it, like you're not even gonna get a punish because even if you block it standing, she's just negative. That's it. So if she X dashes, then you're kind of out of luck. You kind of have to hold that.
This is Sneeze Lord's personal terror list, by the way.
This is for AD.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
So, I don't know.
So the thing people need to know about D Dark though is that D Dark, you can't choose anymore if you want to pull in or when you want to pull in. The Dark Wire just automatically pulls you in. It's like one continuous animation. That basically was made to prevent. I don't know if you guys recall, but in the PC beta, the April Fool's beta, there was a lot of EX arrow loops. You would throw the Dark Wire and then you'd cancel into EX arrow. That costs half a bar, and you would do the full chain, do a grounded combo, and then you would build enough bar to do another EX Arrow or Dark Wire.
Oh yeah, I remember
So
that. That was fun
yeah,
times.
so that's why I imagine D Dark was changed in that way. His up bomb is pretty stupid, and his regular bomb is even better because you can't dash, you can't use momentum to get over it, you can't avoid it as easily. So I think he's even better than in regular Fexel because the system just benefits him. Like, yeah,
Mm.
big deal, he doesn't have Dark Defender anymore, but he has up bomb. The same
which
animation. The only difference is you see the bomb flying upwards and it hits like all above his head.
see, even he agrees with me that Terry is not that good. Maybe.
I mean, put him higher than you did though.
Wait, where did I put him?
You put him
I
much
put him.
lower.
I put him at bottom A. He has him at bottom B.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, okay, fine. Yeah. That's fair.
Telling you, he's not that good.
I'm amazed at the Jack placement. I'm amazed. I don't know. I
There's
think I think all the characters that have like screen control, like you mentioned, Sanane, Area, um, D Dark, Hayate. I think they're all much stronger. Like I don't think any of them are in B or even C. They're
well,
all super super good.
well, you know what? In another, I don't know, 5 months or so, we'll make another one,
Okay.
and just like this one, everyone is gonna have an opinion,
Hmm.
just like you and I, just like
Yeah.
everybody else in the community. But as of
So
right now,
so on
as
before you finish up though, you got to explain something to me
okay,
because we have two Darun players that we've seen a lot in tournament, you
hmm
know,
hmm
in AD.
hmm
So
why is Darun where? Why did I put Darun where he's at? Hello, Geki. Did he did he disappear into the void? He's still in the voice chat. Kobe, what did you do to Geki? Did his mic die? Get why claim? What's the why? I don't know what that is. Yin Yang Yakuza. He's still online. Let me see if I can leave. You muted? I didn't mute you. Let me leave and come back.
oh, there we go. Now we hear you.
What the heck? That was all you, buddy.
What do you mean?
Like,
I was everybody.
no, nobody else heard you.
Oh,
Anyway, so why do I have Darwin where he's at?
I was talking to nothing. Oh
Yeah,
man.
you was seriously talking to nothing. I didn't do
Oh.
anything.
Okay.
I thought like I don't know. I don't know if you were using like your AirPods or whatever.
No, I got my normal headphones on.
Oh, okay.
I don't have
Right.
AirPods. That fucking shit.
So why do I have Darren where he's at right now? You were saying something while you were talking to the void. What were you saying?
Yeah, so I was just saying that I think the overall system and the lack of movement that the cast can do is beneficial to him because already being up close is dangerous because you have no way of staying safe because basically all the normals are negative and unless you spend bar, you're not going to be plus very often. So with Darun's damage output basically staying the same and having like an anti-air command grab that actually works as an anti-air, that just puts you in the corner potentially, like he's super scary.
He
Super,
is.
super scary.
He just
So that's why I think maybe he could be the weakest, but like he's definitely not a C tier character.
I don't know, man. I think in my opinion he's look, man. He would be in B tier if they didn't take away his crouch medium kick in the special.
Yeah,
That's one thing, but
that's fair.
it's just this system. I mean, yeah, as long as he only benefits from being up close to you. That's it. When you're like 20 miles away with Darun, he can't really do anything.
Yeah, but the thing is, I feel like he just his presence alone. Like when he starts walking, you have fear start to build up.
You know what kind of fear I get? You know how in SF5, Geef has that running grab where he just like
Hmm.
gets his arms up and just comes at you. I get fear from that.
Yeah.
I don't get fear when Darun decides to walk at me.
I mean, he has the DDT. That's still just as good.
True, and his parry's not that bad either. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I think. But with all that said, as I said earlier, folks, uh, use this as a research. This is my own opinion. At the end of the day, play who you want to play, but you will piss me off if you play Alan.
Yeah.
Uh, and but other than that, play who you want to play. Just use this as a reference. Everyone has a different opinion on the characters in this game. This game came out in April. We are 3 months in, 2 months for those that just started, maybe a month and a half for those that just started playing. Uh, but there's gonna be another patch again. I don't know when, but it'll happen, and maybe another patch after that. Who knows?
Did
So
they
get
say that there's a next patch coming?
they said there's gonna be a version 2.1.3 or 4.
But with changes, or it's
I,
just a patch for like
I don't know yet. They
okay.
didn't say. They just know that there's a patch coming.
I feel like
So
they wouldn't change anything drastic with that.
now here's what they're gonna do.
Uh,
They're gonna give Blair an air grab and the ability to have Blair be able to do restand combos.
Because everyone else has a restand combo, right?
Yeah. Heck,
Fine, you know what? You can have an air grab. It's not going to mean anything.
oh, it might.
You know, okay, here.
Oh, it might. Check this out.
The
Check
thing,
this out. Check this out. Hear me out, Geki. You do the heavy shoot kick,
uh-huh.
and you can grab in the air after that. That causes a hard knockdown, which in turn gets you a safe jump.
You had me at the whole thing, and then you said safe jump, and then you lost me.
Yeah. So now, with that said, Geki.
Then shoot kick is going to be negative on block and
No, 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 no,
punishable.
no, no. Just keep everything the same. Just
Yeah,
keep
then
everything the same.
no safe jump.
No,
Nope.
no, 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 no. Just everybody else gets a safe jump. I don't get a safe jump.
What are you talking about? Garuda, his forward throw now sends you halfway across the screen, and I can't do shit. I can't even get my cross up anymore, let alone a safe jump. Excuse me, sir?
I want. Let me have nice things.
Where did you put Blair on easy? Where did you put Blair? Look at your screen.
Right there.
What do you mean you want nice things?
I want even more nice things.
Wow. How? How can you say that with how many characters are below Blair? You put Terry below Blair. Terry deserves buffs,
No,
according to you.
because Terry's not that good.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, because then he needs buffs. He's not that good.
Oh, he's
He needs
fine.
help.
He's fine where he's at. So with that said, I'm gonna take a
This is
short
not a
break.
democracy.
I know. Well, you live in Canada, so anyhow.
I know.
So anyhow, with that said, I'm gonna take a short break. Geki, would you like to queue and rank at when I get back?
No, because I got to use the bathroom and eat dinner. But thank you very much.
It's 9:30 where you're at.
Yeah, so I started cooking dinner and I finished it right before we did this little tier list. So I have it sitting right now in the oven. I'm a growing boy.
So okay, first of all, here's the thing. You started. First of all, it's not my fault. You started dinner at late. You get off work like at 6:30 your time. Just started dinner right then. I mean, it takes you what? How long does it take you to get home from work? I mean, do you actually work from home or do you go to
I
work?
do. I do
Okay.
work from home.
See, you
Yeah.
work from home. There's no excuse.
So it's just because on Tuesdays Janet works a full day to like 8 p.m. So I
Okay.
want to be the good person and have empathy and care. So I make dinner right before she's off so that she and I can enjoy dinner.
All right, you get some brownie points for that.
Yeah,
I'll,
I'm a good partner.
I'll give you that. Now just have her move in, and you won't have to worry about that again.
No,
Uh,
Bathe in Faith, I was wrong. She's one of the best. You don't understand. You haven't seen. As Xander the Togepi. He was literally playing me today in a first to five. Ask him.
by the way, it really sucks. What really sucks about today's interesting news in the FGC is that Disney owns Doug, so we won't get Quailman in the new Nicktoons Smash game.
That is BS.
I know, I know.
I want to play as Skeeter Braun.
Just saying. I just
Throw that
want,
skateboard out.
yeah, just I just want. And why does SpongeBob get like 4 slots? I mean, they're probably gonna get Mr. Krabs and Squidward, and there's that 6 slots right there. Let's get some characters like let's get Rocco. Let's get why you gotta have Helga in there, not Arnold? Arnold could fight too. He knows
Oh my
karate.
god, please have his head turn into a football for an attack, please.
And the fact that it's gonna have rollback before Smash does.
Yeah.
And like I'm just saying, and Powder Toes Man is in it. Come on, and you gotta have a fairly odd parents represented. So you gotta have the Crimson Chin in there.
Mm,
Gots to, and then and also, put one of the Angry Beavers in there, or Cat Dog in there, or uh, you know, Tommy from Rugrats. Not all grown up, but Rugrats.
I gotta remember who, because I keep misinterpreting characters as like Cartoon Network when they're actually not. So
And
I
also,
need to
there
investigate.
and since this is Nickelodeon, we could have a Power Ranger in there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Oh, and at one point, Nickelodeon did have the rights to air Dragon Ball.
That's fair. Yeah.
Just say there's the potential is there. But Geki, thank you very much for joining me this evening. I knew that this would turn out to be a very constructive discussion between two community leaders of Fighting EX layer and
Lear.
thank you again for joining me once again this evening. We haven't done a cheerless discussion since December,
True.
and
Yeah.
it was fun
Hmm.
and very informative to some of the people that are watching, maybe.
Yeah.
And you know, so don't forget, folks. This Thursday is Fighting EX League Off the Dash with the
Off the
PC
deck. Off the
off
deck.
the deck with PC version that Geki will be streaming.
Hmm.
Also, folks, please don't forget to play Guilty Gear uh, and all that stuff. So sign up for Guilty Gear Strive, which is this Friday. Geki. Oh wait, you don't have it on console. Never mind. But
I
it
do
is
not.
on PS4, PS5. Just don't
Hmm.
forget. So I'm gonna take a short break. We'll come back.
Wait. Can I just have a little mini announcement before you do that?
Fine.
Okay, so I got the D Dark wallpaper ready to go. I passed it
Yeah.
on to Robib, so there is now a D Dark wallpaper, and another one is coming for this Thursday. And I'm not gonna say who it is, but all I'm gonna say is the hint is The Grudge. That's it.
I already know this.
Yeah, I know you already know, but no one else knows. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So folks, once again, Geki, thank you very much for joining me.
Hmm.
I will be back in a few minutes. Gonna take a short break and go play some Fighting EX Layer AD after you eat dinner. We can actually play then. How about that? Hmm? Maybe we
Maybe,
could.
maybe,
Maybe. Hey,
possibly.
don't abandon me. Kidding. But have a great night, Geki, folks. I'll be right back. Actually, what time is it? It's 11:30 over here. Okay. Yeah, I'll be playing some online matches for a few, maybe. So, y'all have a good night. I'll be right back. Geki, thanks again. Take care.
Of course. Thanks so much. Take care, everyone.